Spiritual filter. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 237 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Today we're talking about the importance of what we feed our spirit or our soul. What we feed our spirit is just as important as the environment that we put ourselves into or the environment that we surround ourselves with. We talked about this a few days ago, and so this topic felt a little familiar when I was thinking about it today. But the truth is, it is up to us to determine what we're going to consume. If we consume a whole lot of negative stuff, a whole lot of negative things, negative social media, negative news, negative conversations, hang around negative people, what do you think our life is going to be like? It's going to be pretty darn negative. Is that what we want? It's not what I want in my life. We all have those people in our life that are negative, the people that are commanding and controlling and bossy as heck, the people that are calm and just go with the flow and chill, and maybe you don't. And if you don't, I'm going to say find some of those people that do things that feed their spirit and their soul and model what they do. Learn from them. Don't learn from the people that are out spewing hate and negative energy and trying to make the world a worse place, because what we put out into the world is what we get back. Guard what enters your mind like a filter or a steel trap. I used to not be, and I noticed lately, I have been letting things sneak through my filter. Things in social media when I'm creating my videos in the morning, all of a sudden I'll see that I'm scrolled down more than one post. I made a rule for myself a while back that I could look at the next post, but that was it. And then I had to cut myself off and go back to what I was doing. Why? Because otherwise, just like everybody else, it's designed to suck us in and actually suck the life out of us by influencing negatively what we think, what we feel, how we react to things. And the really sad part is the vast majority of it isn't even the truth. It's just propaganda. It's put out there to elicit an emotional response in us so that we do get all riled up, so that we do focus on the negative, so we don't pay attention to actually taking control of and creating our lives intentionally. We just go with whatever the narrative is at the time. I don't know about you, but I'm not giving my personal power away like that. At least not anymore now that I know better. Remember, garbage in, garbage out. I love that GIGO. It's such a true thing, and we forget about it. It applies to everything, and it impacts every area and aspect of our life. Not just our spirit, not just our soul, but our emotions, our thinking, our finances. Everything gets negatively impacted if we are not filtering out the crap that is not for us. Sorry, it's going to say SHIT, but I don't like to swear on video. It's a grammar thing. So feed your spirit and your soul what it needs to be nourished and to be thriving, and just filter out all of the BS and all the nonsense and all the things that make you feel bad. If I see a news story and it makes me feel bad or sad or depressed, depression isn't really in my vocabulary, but for a lot of people it is, or negative, or if it makes me angry or upset in any way, shape, or form, I just send it love and light. I know this is weird, but I just say, okay, I send you love and light, and I just turn it off, because I know that any seconds I spend focusing on that, I think Esther and Jerry Hicks, I learned this from, actually. Could have been somebody else, but I remember them talking about it as well. And the teachings of Abraham. And if that's too woo-woo for you, sorry, I've studied a lot of different things in my lifetime. I'm old. I've studied a lot of stuff. And they talked about that it only takes like 16 seconds, I think, to get hijacked in a direction. So we can use 16 seconds to think of positive things and uplifting things and higher level emotions, higher vibration emotions, and go in that direction. The upward spiral, I call this, or we can go in the downward spiral where we are focusing on the negative. If we focus on something negative for 16 seconds, guess what? That's going to run away with us too. So our topic and our challenge for today is to audit your diet, your spiritual diet, your mental diet, your emotional diet, your consumption of different types of media, what you're reading, what you're thinking about, who you're hanging around with. Just do a brief audit on this, meaning ask yourself some questions about it and just note where you're at. Maybe you've got that one negative friend that keeps trying to hang around with you or calling you every day. Maybe you've got, that one book on a topic that you want to improve in your life, but maybe it's communication skills. Maybe it's the 5 love languages, whatever it might be. But is it a positive thing or a negative thing? If it's focusing on the negative thing instead of solving the problem, I would say don't read it. Find another book about the solutions and solution-based things. We adopted a saying in our family a while ago. We are a problem-solving family. And why do we do that? Because we want to be focusing on the solution, not on the problem. So we're a problem-solving family. We're not a problem exacerbating family. We don't want to blow our problems and our challenges up because we all have them. We want to make sure that we're working together. And sometimes we are, sometimes we aren't. Some days we are, sometimes we aren't. And we just have to remind each other, hey, this isn't what we want to be. Time out. We're a problem-solving family. Let's figure this out. Because guess what? Every problem we come across, somebody else has faced before. I can't think of anybody on the planet who is having a situation, a challenge, or a problem that someone else on the 8 billion people on the planet living today haven't also experienced. It's just a matter of, and with the internet and AI and things, it's easy to find out what they did to solve that problem. Now, will their exact solution work for you? Maybe not, but it's a place to start and move in the direction of focusing on the solution. All right. So our first action item is to do a little audit of your personal spiritual diet, let's call it, and pay attention to what you're feeding your mind, what you're feeding, I guess, your body and everything else. Is it positive mostly or negative? And if it's negative, today is the day to make some changes. If you need help with that, just reach out and ask. The other thing we need to talk about today, which I totally blew off yesterday in this particular segment, was our super framework. We're getting to the end of the month. And so at the end of every month, I want to go through with respect to a goal in the area that we're talking about, this month's spirituality, that we want to achieve by the end of the year. So the S in our super framework stands for story or situation. We want to identify what is our current story or situation with respect to this goal that we've got, and what is the desired one. Well, the goal is probably the desired one, right? You can use a SMART format or whatever you want to come up with your goal, or you can just say, I know what I want. This is what it is, and write it down. I like to take the direct approach, but some people like to use tools for everything. So I am sharing a tool called storyboarding. And that's when you just make a couple of pictures or you draw a couple of sketches out that depict where you are right now, or just one, and then where you want to be. Why? Because many of us are visual. Even those that are visually challenged are visual. And we like to see things how we want them to be. And then we like to take a look and say, okay, well, this is where I'm really at with this area of spirituality. This is where I want to be. And only you can determine what that is. And what we're going to do through the rest of the super framework is we're going to fill that gap, so that by the end of this year, you will achieve your goal and objective. So pick something that you want and start just a sentence or a couple of one picture, draw one little sketch out or picture of where you currently are and another one of where you want to be. You can just do that as you go about your day, or you can just spend 5 minutes doing it. It does not have to be a huge challenge, right? These are little challenges that we do every day to create the life that we want. If I can help you with any of this or in any way, reach out and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow. And we will talk about another spirituality related topic, as well as the you in our super framework. We'll probably have a tool for that too. All right. Go out, make it an amazing day, and I'll see you tomorrow.